हेलो एवरीवन एंड गुड इवनिंग। चलिए आज हम हमारे लेक्चर में देखते हैं रिमेनिंग प्रॉपर्टीज ऑफ द डी एंड ए ब्लॉक एलिमेंट्स। स्टूडेंट्स, you must be knowing about that most of the transition metal compounds, they are colorful in a solid state as well as in the solution state also. For example, the color of the copper sulfate, it's a blue color. Color of the ferrous sulfate is green color. So these different compounds are there and they are colorful. Color of the substance, it can be explained on the basis of absorption of particular wavelength from the visible light, जिसका रेंज होता है 400 नैनोमीटर से लेकर 800 नैनोमीटर तक, जिसको हम लोग बोलते हैं विजिबल रीजन। In case of transition metal compounds, we can say it can be explained on the basis of incomplete n-1 d orbital as well as presence of unpaired electron. In most of the transition compounds, if you see the energy for all the d orbitals, it is not the same. You know that we can explain better by taking into consideration dd transition. In case of a free ions, you know that there are 5 d orbitals are present. We can call them as dxy, dyz, dzx, dx square minus y square and dz square. किसी भी मेटल आयन के लिए ये जो ऑर्बिटल्स है इनकी एनर्जी तो सेम होती है, but when they get aquated, means when they form the aqueous solution or when they form the complex compounds, then the energy for these d orbitals it is not remain same. जब तक इनकी एनर्जी सेम होती है we can call them as degenerate orbitals. They are called as degenerate orbitals, मतलब जिनका एनर्जी सेम है. All these d orbitals they are having equal amount of energy. But when the ligand, आप देखोगे in the chapter coordination compound, तो when the ligand will approach, then this d orbital they get split up into 2 groups. और ये जो दो यहाँ पे ग्रुप बनेंगे, if you see, अभी ये जो है ये बट गए हैं 2 हिस्सों में. If you see them properly here, it will split into 2 groups, जिसमें नीचे के जो ग्रुप मतलब जो है यहाँ पे ऑर्बिटल्स वो है dxy, dyz एंड dzx, और ऊपर रहेंगे फिर यहाँ पे dx स्क्वायर माइनस y स्क्वायर एंड dz स्क्वायर. dd जो मैंने यहाँ पे लिखा है ट्रांजिशन, इसका मतलब पता है आपको? इलेक्ट्रॉन इफ प्रेजेंट एनीवेयर इन दिस ऑर्बिटल्स. For example, it is present over here, unpaired electron. When this electron, it will absorb the light from the visible range, as I told you earlier also. इसका रेंज है 400 नैनोमीटर से लेकर 800 नैनोमीटर तक. जब ये इलेक्ट्रॉन बाहर से एनर्जी को absorb करेगा, then it will go to excited state and it will jump from that this level to this level, I mean from this d orbital to this d orbital. इसको हम लोग बोलते हैं dd transition. So when this electron is get excited and when it will come here, suppose yes, it will remain at a higher energy level. That's why it will emit certain amount of energy. Okay, so that's why देखिए अगर हम देखेंगे यहाँ पे प्रॉपरली कि कौन सा कलर एब्सॉर्ब करने के बाद यहाँ पे वो कौन सा कलर इमिट करेगा. नो दैट वॉयलेट, छोड़ दो इंडिगो को, वॉयलेट इंडिगो छोड़ देंगे हम लोग, ब्लू, ग्रीन, येलो, ऑरेंज एंड रेड. वी कैन से ऑल दिस कलर्स दे आर कॉम्प्लीमेंट्री कलर्स. आई मीन टू से हियर अगर वो इलेक्ट्रॉन वॉयलेट लाइट को एब्सॉर्ब करेगा तो यहां पे जंप होने के बाद वो येलो कलर का लाइट इमिट करेगा. इफ इट एब्सॉर्ब्स green color, it will emit the red color after absorbing the green color. So all these colors, they are known as a complementary colors. Okay, that's why here students, the color of the transition metal compounds, we can say it depends on the presence of unpaired electrons. Okay, तो incomplete n-1 d orbital and I told you presence of unpaired electrons. If you see this table properly तो आपको समझ में आएगा एक बात. देखिए अगर नंबर ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन्स अनपेयर्ड, देखिए पहले कॉलम में मैंने लिखा है आयंस, डिफरेंट आयंस आर पॉसिबल. यू नो दैट दिस एलिमेंट्स दे शो वेरिएबल ऑक्सीडेशन स्टेट्स. तो ये मैंने यहाँ पे लिखा है आउटर इलेक्ट्रॉनिक कॉन्फ़िगरेशन. After that losing electrons, now they will have the number of electrons present in the 3D orbitals. In the third column I have written here number of unpaired electrons, and in the last column I have written their colors. If you see properly students, in case of a scandium जिसके लिए है number of unpaired electrons equal to 0, देखिए it is colorless. Same for titanium 4 plus, it is having again 0 unpaired electrons, it is even colorless. And at the bottom 2 here Cu plus as well as Zn2 plus, इनके लिए भी अगर आप देखोगे तो इनके लिए भी है 0 unpaired electrons. That's why their colors, I mean they are colorless. इससे ये हम लोग समझ सकते हैं कि if electrons are unpaired only, then and then their compounds will be colorful. So scandium 3 plus, titanium 4 plus, Cu plus and Zn2 plus, these ions are colorless, and they are colorless because of the presence of unpaired electrons are 0 for them. Okay, तो ये जो अगर आपने ध्यान में रखा, दिस इज नथिंग बट डायग्राम दैट विल एक्सप्लेन यू कॉम्प्लीमेंट्री कलर्स. आपको समझना है कि यहाँ पे रेड के लिए अगर उसने रेड कलर एब्जॉर्ब किया तो वो ग्रीन कलर को क्या करेगा, इमिट करेगा. सो बस एज आई टोल्ड यू हियर वॉयलेट, इंडिगो, सॉरी हियर वॉयलेट, इंडिगो, ब्लू, ग्रीन, येलो, ऑरेंज, रेड. इसमें से सिर्फ मैंने लिखा नहीं है इंडिगो. ये छोड़ के आपको बस इस तरीके से बनाना है डायग्राम, so that you can very easily understand which color it will emit. Okay, so basically if you see properly, the reason behind the color of the transition metal compounds is nothing but are the following that I will explain now here. The first point I will write here, yes, तो इसमें आएगा d transition, जो मैंने अभी आपको समझाया. In case of that all that d orbitals, that n-1 d यहाँ पे जो भी रहेंगे orbitals, for them they will have same principal quantum number. I mean they will belong to the same cell, and that's why the energy required to promote the electron from the one d orbital to the other d orbital, it will be less, and it is available in the visible region. Okay, so the first reason I told you, it is nothing but known as a DD transition. So second, we have to say here, presence of unpaired electron, presence of unpaired electrons. Yes, जैसे कि मैंने बताया आपको कि ये जो है डिफरेंट टाइप्स ऑफ आयंस, ये कलरफुल क्यों नहीं है, क्योंकि इनमें है एब्सेंस ऑफ अनपेयर्ड इलेक्ट्रॉन्स. थर्ड थिंग वी हैव टू से हियर, नेचर ऑफ द ग्रुप अटैच्ड टू दैट सेंट्रल मेटल एटम. कोऑर्डिनेशन कंपाउंड में हम देखेंगे, यस, द नेचर ऑफ द लिगैंड. लिगैंड क्या होता है पता है? फॉर एग्जाम्पल, अगर हम यहां पे बात करेंगे फॉर द कॉम्प्लेक्स K3 Fe CN6, in case of this complex, Fe is known as central metal atom, and this six CN groups are there and they are known as the ligands. तो ये यहाँ पे है लिगैंड, और जो यहाँ पे आयन मतलब 3 पोटेशियम आयंस आर प्रेजेंट, 3K+, so they are known as a counter ions. इसके बारे में हम जानेंगे इन द चैप्टर कोऑर्डिनेशन कंपाउंड्स. ओके, फिलहाल आपको समझना यह है कि द कलर ऑफ द ट्रांजिशन मेटल कंपाउंड डिपेंड्स ऑन द नेचर ऑफ, yes, ligands, or we can say here the groups. And the last point we have to write here, geometry of the complex form. Geometry of the complex form. Yes. Now, to explain this properly, that is how the color will change when the geometry of the complex will change, I will give one example. But before that, I just think that you should write these points properly. I mean these things properly in your notebook. Okay. So basically आपको समझना ये है, इसमें electrons, they will absorb the energy from the visible range, and then after that absorption of energy, it will go to here excited state, and then it will emit certain other light, yes, from these complementary colors. As I told you, it depends on the color that it absorbs, and it will emit its complementary color. So that diagram also you have to draw and note down this one. As I told you, the color of the transition metals compounds, it depends on the geometry also. I will now give an example for this. You know that copper sulfate solution, that is the Cu2 plus ion from that solution, when it will react with water, it form a complex, and the complex is CuH2O 6 times, and the charge on the complex will be +2. Now this complex is having octahedral geometry, and the color of this complex is nothing but blue color. Students, but when this complex, that is CuH2O 6 times and 2 plus, when it is dissolved in HCl, yes, there is a formation of the one more complex, that is the CuCl4. Here will be the charge equal to 2 minus, yes, and at the same time there is a formation of H2O molecule also, which are equal to 6 molecules. Let me tell you, the color of this complex is yellow color, because the geometry is also changed after formation of this different complex. So you can see this complex is having tetrahedral geometry, and for this color is yellow. So we have seen now for octahedral geometry for this complex color is blue, and in case of here tetrahedral complex like this the color is yellow. So we can say here the color of the complex depends on the geometry. Okay, so the next point is here charge transfer. For example, MnO4 minus, this ion, students, it has, if you see, it has intense purple color. इसका कौन सा कलर होता है? Intense purple color in the solution. और ये हम लोग एक्सप्लेन कर सकते हैं on the basis of charge transfer. Actually, in case of MnO4 minus ion, an electron is get transferred momentarily from oxygen atom to the metal. Okay, here the word is momentarily, means at that only one moment. That's why changing the state of the oxygen from O2 minus to O minus and reducing the state of the metal, that is Mn. Mn का जो यहाँ पे स्टेट होगा +7, तो +7 से उसको वो चेंज करेगा +6 में. सो यू कैन सी हियर जो हम लोग यहाँ पे लिखते हैं विथ रोमन नंबर्स. सो देयर इज अ चेंज इन द स्टेट ऑफ द Mn here. So we can say there is a charge transfer takes place. Okay, so charge transfer is one more factor that is responsible for the color of the transition metal compounds. And you know that for charge transfer it requires that the energy levels on the two different atoms which are involving here, they should be fairly close. I mean their energy levels should be more closer, fairly close. For example, colors of the that Cr2O7, that is 2 minus here, dichromate, CrO4 2 minus, then it's a permanganate, and Cu2O, as well as this NiDMG जिसको हम लोग बोलते हैं DMG का मतलब होता है डायमिथाइल ग्लाइकोक्सिमेटो. इट्स अ काइंड ऑफ अ कॉम्प्लेक्स कंपाउंड. तो ये जो कॉम्प्लेक्सेस है इनके कलर जो आते हैं इट इज नथिंग बट बिकॉज ऑफ द चार्ज ट्रांसफर ओनली. सो वी कैन से ओवरऑल all these are the factors which are responsible for the different colors of the transition metal compounds. Okay, so write down this one now. Students, you know that most of the transition metals, they can act as catalyst. Actually, they can increase the rate of chemical reaction. Rate of chemical reaction by decreasing the energy of activation. Maybe because of that, because they may change the path of the reaction, or by altering the path of the reaction they decrease the energy of activation. These metals, they actually act as catalysts in both the homogeneous as well as heterogeneous type of catalyst. For homogeneous catalysis, we can say that they form the unstable complexes. For example, suppose here reactant A and B, they will react together. तो ये हम यहाँ पे कहेंगे कि ये है reactants. And suppose C is here, which is nothing but catalyst. So this catalyst C, it will form here unstable compound, or we can say here complex, yes, or we can say simply as intermediate, which is, I told you, unstable, and then we can get here product. Okay, so suppose A and B together here, product. Catalyst can be obtained back. So overall ये सब होता है in case of a homogeneous catalysis. I will say because of the variable oxidation states, these elements, they are able to form intermediate unstable complexes, and that's why formation of the product takes place faster. Okay, in case of heterogeneous catalysis, we have to say they provide larger surface area for the reaction to occur. So इस तरीके से homogeneous और heterogeneous दोनों टाइप के catalysis में these metals they take active part. Along with this, they also takes part in most of the oxidation as well as reduction reactions. We can say it as redox reactions also, or if they are different, then we have to say separately as oxidation and reduction. So because of all these characteristics, these are the elements, they can act as catalyst. If you see properly, आपको पता होगा Fe, CO, Cr, platinum, palladium, all these metals, they can act as catalyst for different types of reaction. Let's see some examples for here. For example, you know that in the decomposition of potassium chlorate, you know that MnO2, it will act as catalyst. तो यहाँ पे फॉर्म हो जाएगा KCl and then the formation of O2 also. We have to write is 2 here and 3 to balance this reaction properly. Then you know that in the Haber's process, for the formation of ammonia, N2 gaseous plus H2 gaseous, there is a formation of ammonia takes place. Yes, and in this process MO and Fe, they will act as catalyst. Also in the process of hydrogenation, know that CH2 double bond CH2 here plus hydrogen, nickel, it will act as catalyst. This reaction will take place at 140 degrees Celsius, and then there is a formation of ethane. So for this reaction we can say the process will take place. Okay, so along with this, some examples are given in your textbook. For example, cobalt and thorium, they act as catalyst in the Fischer. Fischer-Tropsch reaction for the formation of gasoline. Yes. Along with this, you know that during the formation of sulfuric acid, in one step, sulfur dioxide reacts with oxygen. The reaction is reversible actually, and there is a formation of sulfur trioxide. In this process also, the catalyst is nothing but, yes, platinized asbestos. Actually, it's one of the intermediate step during the formation of sulfuric acid. Okay, so ऐसे बहुत सारे एग्जाम्पल हम यहाँ पे दे सकते हैं. In that example, you can see here transition metals they involve and they take, they act as catalyst. Okay, so kindly note down all these things properly and also go through that examples which are given in your textbook. Now the next point is here, topic is here, formation of interstitial compounds. Students, transition metals, they have defects in their crystal lattice. A number of interstitial compounds are get formed with these kind of metals, and the elements here involved, they will be like hydrogen, carbon, nitrogen, okay, or boron, etc. So we can say here transition metals, they can form number of interstitial compound with its small elements. They are smaller as compared to the transition metals. That's why. Okay, actually these compounds are called as interstitial compounds because these small atoms, they get trapped inside the these sites जिनको हम लोग यहाँ पे बोलते हैं interstitial sites. ये जो दिखाए हैं मैंने लाल कलर के dots, red dots, all these dots they represent, these sites, they are called as interstitial sites. So when these small atoms like hydrogen, carbon, nitrogen, they get trapped in their sites known as interstitial sites, there is a formation of interstitial compounds. Now these compounds actually they are non-stoichiometric in nature. Okay, they do not have fixed chemical composition. इनका कोई भी यहाँ पे फिक्स केमिकल कॉम्पोजिशन नहीं होगा. They are, yes, not typically, yes, typically covalent or nor ionic, we can say here. Okay, for example, I will give example here, titanium carbide, then TiH 1.73 here, then Mn4. So all these are the examples. Now you can see this example here, hydrogen, I have written here 1.73. So there is any chemical composition is possible. So there is a not definite chemical composition is present in case of these interstitial compounds. Let's see what are their features. Their properties, especially I will say their chemical properties, they are same as that of the parent metal. So there is no change in the chemical properties. These compounds, they are hard. Obviously, that if the small atoms they get trapped inside, they will become hard because no more vacant spaces will be available. That's why. So they are hard and they show electrical as well as thermal conductivity as well as luster. Luster मतलब उनका they are shining. They have high melting points than those of the pure metals. Obviously अगर हम यहाँ पे बात करेंगे कि इसका जो रीजन हम यहाँ पे देंगे, they have high melting point. The reason is that मेटल के बीच में जो बॉन्ड होता है इससे भी ज्यादा स्ट्रॉन्ग बॉन्ड होगा मेटल और नॉन मेटल के बीच में. सो वी कैन से that hydrogen, carbon, nitrogen, they are non-metals, and they when they get trapped there, they will obviously have high melting point. Then their densities are less than the parent metal. Okay, and their hydrides of these metals are powerful reducing agent. You know that, as I said here, hydrogen can be very easily given from these compounds. That's why they will act as a powerful reducing agents. The metallic carbides are chemically inert and extremely hard as like a diamond. You know that their carbides, they are extremely hard, or even we can say they are chemically inert also. Means do not take part in the most of the in any reaction, I will say. So they are chemically inert. So we can say overall these are the features of the interstitial compounds. I just think that you should note down all these points properly. Then the next topic is here, formation of alloys. But what are the alloy? क्या होते हैं alloy? Students, alloys are the homogeneous mixture of two or more metals or one metal and other non-metals. Yes, the homogeneous mixture of two or more metals or one metal and other non-metals are called as alloys. Yes, if you see, for example, in our homes we have the brass also there. Brass is an example of an alloy of copper and zinc, जिसको हम मराठी में कहते हैं पीतल. You know that the composition of copper, I mean their mixture of copper and zinc, it's so homogeneous that we cannot distinguish copper or zinc from their mixture. So that's why it is said to be homogeneous mixture. In case of the transition metals, we know that they are having nearly same atomic radii. So they are having same atomic radii, and hence they can replace one another from their crystal lattice because of the presence of here same atomic radii in between them. Alloy formation हम लोग यहाँ पे क्यों करते हैं? The reason is that by making the alloy we can change the properties of the original metal and we can also improve their property. For example, students, if you add here just 1% of carbon in iron, then the tensile strength of the iron it will increase. Tensile strain का मतलब होता है load bearing capacity. Students, by the addition of just 1% of carbon in iron, tensile strength of that iron it will increase 10 times. इसका जो होता है टेंसाइल स्ट्रेन मतलब होता है लोड बेयरिंग कैपेसिटी, ये 10 टाइम्स बढ़ता है. So we can improve the properties of the alloy. Okay, actually we can classify the alloy here into two types, and these two types may be ferrous alloy and non-ferrous alloy. In case of ferrous alloy, you know that the atoms of other metals, they get fixed up within the atoms of iron, means iron will be in more amount. ओके, तो यहाँ पे आयन का ज्यादा होना चाहिए परसेंटेज. ओके, तो यहाँ पे मैं एग्जांपल दूंगा आपको. स्टेनलेस स्टील, देन निकेल स्टील, chromium steel, all these examples we can give for ferrous alloy. Okay, so in this way, students, let me tell you, these mixing two different metals, for the mixing of these two different metals, their metallic radii, it should not be more than 15% from each other. अगर यहाँ पे इन दोनों का रेंज 15% से कम है तभी इनमें एलॉय फॉर्मेशन हो सकता है. ओके, दिस मेटल्स दे गेट totally fused together when they are in a molten state. They get mixed together, so we can say they are miscible. We can also call them as a solid solutions. We can also call them as a solid solutions. Okay, so we can say that in the molten state they are miscible. तो देखिए, हम यहाँ पे बात कर रहे हैं कि एलॉय के होते हैं दो टाइप्स, फेरस एज वेल एज नॉन फेरस एलॉय. इसके एग्जांपल मैंने आपको बताए हैं, स्टेनलेस स्टील, निकेल स्टील, क्रोमियम स्टील. एंड हियर नॉन फेरस की अगर हम यहाँ पे बात करेंगे तो है ब्रास, देन ड्यूरेल्यूमीन, okay, alnico. So these different examples we can give for the non-ferrous alloy. Okay, so I told you, to improve the properties of the original metals we have to prepare the alloy. Okay, आज के लिए मेरे ख्याल से हम यहाँ पे रुकते हैं. बाकी का जो भी रिमेनिंग टॉपिक है ये हम देखेंगे नेक्स्ट लेक्चर में. Okay, but I will say one thing, kindly study this chapter properly, because in inorganic chemistry part this chapter is having good weightage for every exam. Okay, so for today we have to stop here. Let's see in the next lecture. Till that time, take care and good night.